Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for November 23rd, 2025. It's Sunday. We've got campaign features, triple the ferial pile? Tripper the ferial pile. All right. Triple the farrier pile, and fawning applies to Soothsayer and Duplicate. So 30 farriers is a lot of farriers. That's for sure. Getting a Soothsayer and a Duplicate when you get a province doesn't necessarily seem like a good thing. We have no trashing on this board. Oh no, wait, Infirmary. Okay, take it back, take it back, take it back. So the tricky thing is, I think the ideal opening here would be 2-5. We open Peasant, Farrier, Overpay, and find the Peasant really fast. But as it is, we could go Peasant, Farrier, Overpay for 1. We could go Infirmary, Overpay, trigger a shuffle, and then get a Peasant. Farrier, Overpay to start with doesn't make a lot of sense. We draw 2 cards into the shuffle, and we'd have... I mean, I guess... Yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Nice thing about Infirmary Overpay right now is that we definitely get to trash an estate. With triggering a shuffle that would have 10 cards in it, so we'd basically... I don't know, it just makes more sense to wait on a bigger Infirmary Overpay after doing a Farrier Overpay, I think. We probably do just open Peasant, Farrier, and just be a little bit sad. I mean, I guess the other thing we could do is open Warehouse, Peasant, and then... The Warehouse can like cycle to the Peasant. Maybe, yeah, maybe that is the play. I can get behind that. No Peasant. Much sad. I do a Farrier Overpay here. Soothsayer already, okay. Is the bot not going to play with Peasant? Alright, this looks like a good time to get an Infirmary. We get to trash at least 2 estates. Well, I guess exactly 2 estates, but you know. Okay. We're about to get a Disciple. I mean, not a Disciple, a Fugitive. So this would be a good time to add another Peasant, potentially. Although we do have the Infirmary as a terminal as well. But... I think it's probably worth it. I mean, we could go Plaza Peasant and not get another Farrier. Well, I don't think so. I think we got Peasant Farrier. The fact that the bot isn't playing with Peasant also means we're not going to get Soldier attacked. That doesn't necessarily matter super much, but... Okay. This could just be another Farrier. I think so. We're still going to have like a soldier next turn. I think we wait another turn before we add another peasant. The nice thing is we have plus buy from the farrier, so we don't have to worry about like, or the farriers, I guess I should say. So we don't have to worry about not being able to throw an extra peasant in when we want to. I don't think the order for this matters. Well, we do have more farriers down there. Yeah, we should play the fugitive first. Yeah. We will want to do a big infirmary overpay some point soon here. I guess you could argue for this turn even. But I think for the moment, it's more efficient to stick with the farrier. Now we could do Plaza Peasant Farrier. We don't even necessarily need the Plaza because we are going to get a Disciple. Obviously, it'd be helpful. What would we want to Disciple at this point? I mean, it could obviously just be another Farrier, of course. Getting a teacher is not out of the realm of possibility either. Like, plus card on Farrier would be pretty crazy. I definitely want the peasant. Disciple on Farrier is fine. I think we just do this. I guess I'll play the fugitive. I want to keep at least one farrier for the disciple. Is the idea. I guess we'll keep this curse. Well, we do have another curse down there, don't we? This is not an ideal shuffle to trigger, but we are going to do another farrier overpay, presumably, so I guess it's not really a big deal. Yeah, honestly, we might not even need the infirmary overpay. If we disciple infirmary once and have 2 infirmaries, we might be able to just clean up that way. Okay. Do we want to take teacher already? I'm thinking about it. I'm definitely thinking about it. Just go peasant farrier again. Yeah, why not? I think we go for the teacher already. There's so many farriers in the pile to gain. Overpays 12. Holy shit. What? Can that possibly be necessary? I don't think there's any way we're not discipling farrier, but we don't get to the peasant. That's unfortunate, but whatever. All right. We're gonna get plus card on farrier. We might want to start thinking about plus coin on something. Like we have lots of buys, right? I mean, I guess the other thing we could do is start taking like advisor or something. That does make it harder to line everything up if we are drawing with advisor, but like it could be that we stick coin on farrier instead. We could just go like advisor farrier, and then we are still only going to have the one disciple this coming turn, but we'll have multiple in a couple turns. Yeah, let's get an advisor into the deck. Putting coin on advisor will also be an option. So the bot is, yeah, that is a pretty good setup if they can keep it going. I don't know if they can. I guess we'll see. This, I think I'll just keep this simple and go card on farrier. Plan to put coin on advisor. Wait, where's any of my farriers? Oh my god, are you kidding me? What the fuck? That's ridiculous. Actually, is farrier even what we should be buying here? Now that we have the plus card on it, maybe not. Maybe we get another peasant. It is ridiculous that we did not see any farriers there. Absolutely ridiculous. For base 10. Oh, holy shit. That's crazy. Come on, disciple. God. No. Ooh, that was gonna happen. God damn it. Look at this shit. Get another infirmary. That's not really what I want. These last two shuffles have just been absurd. We want another peasant? I want to play the fucking teacher. We revealed one advisor or one disciple with advisor. We bottom deck the other one. It's fucking heinous. I mean, I guess we can double play the teacher. Maybe that's what we do. And then I think I want to double play the peasant. I don't know. All right. Hmm. I'm thinking coin on advisor. We should also consider road network, I guess. Maybe that's not actually enough draw to matter enough to be worth bothering with. I'll just do advisor farrier. Okay, well, they stopped drawing cards. Fucking come on! Can I please? Oh my god! I mean, I know that advisor do be like this, but this has been nuts. All right, well, now we're at the point where maybe we'd rather disciple the advisor anyway. I mean, we could play a farrier to try to get to disciple. Yeah, that might be worth doing. Okay. Do we want to just gain another farrier? I mean, we need the actions, I guess. So, yeah. Okay, we're clearly playing the soldier. And that peasant. It would be nice to get both of these peasants up to soldiers. Having two soldiers for attacking seems good. Let's do it. All right. We could go... Actually, having a third soldier could be relevant with Soothsayer. Botsel doesn't have road network, so it could be a good time to green. Take one province. Okay. Wait, what? Oh. I didn't actually realize it would work like that. Well, I think I'd rather have the duplicate in that case. I thought it was like saying which one do you want to take first, and I was like, well, it doesn't matter, but no. Do we just do a big farrier overpay? Probably. The alternative would be like advisor and a one card farrier overpay. I think just do the big one. The bot has done some trashing. It can't have done much. Okay, there's one disciple. We disciple the advisor. I mean, we do want the extra money. We did just draw the fugitive, right? I didn't like... Yeah, okay. So again, I would prefer to disciple an advisor. We could also duplicate that, but that is going to take up some of our terminal space. Getting teacher down is not important, I would say. But we do want to play both of the soldiers. So we disciple advisor. That gets us to 4 actions. Duplicate would leave us with 3 actions, which could be soldier, soldier, infirmary. That's pretty reasonable. Wait. Did I miscount this? We have 2 actions. Advisor would get us to 4 actions. That could... No, it's only 3 actions. Never mind. Right. Okay. I mean, we could also just not trash any of these curses again. I mean, at some point we could, you know, like this turn, we could do an infirmary overpay and trash some curses and some infirmaries. The other thing we could do is just get the duplicate down, like for duchy gaining. That might be better anyway. Probably is. Okay. And play these for money. Play these for money. For money. Okay. Yeah, I think I want duplicate down. Okay. So it's really hard to see the bot double provincing off of what it's got right now. So I think like 1 province this turn and an infirmary overpay that trashes like triple curse. Probably trash it. Maybe we trash the teacher. We need to pay at least 6 for that infirmary. Just to trash the curses. Be 9 for the infirmary to trash teacher into infirmaries. That's probably overkill. Maybe we just trash. We leave the other 2 infirmaries in the deck. And then we go province farrier or province advisor. There is definitely still a dud risk if we take advisor instead of farrier, so probably farrier. Duplicating the duplicate is interesting. It wouldn't allow us to gain more duchies if we can play the duplicates. But we still only have like the 3 disciples to be our villages, and we do want to be playing the soldiers. If we don't collide the duplicates, we still only get to play 4 terminal actions, so 2 soldiers and 2 duplicates. Well, and we wouldn't have 2 duplicates. Yeah, I think... Well... we go for the upside. Okay, so we get a province, we're at 18, and then we need 4 duchies and an estate. We have 3 duplicates, so we need province, duchy, estate. That should be doable, given decent draws. There's double disciple. Just play the warehouse, probably. There's triple disciple. Okay. Don't think there's any reason to get another duplicate. I'm just gonna keep playing advisors. I think this worked out pretty well in terms of the teacher tokens. All right, so duchy, duplicate, 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 province. Sure, gain another duplicate. Duchy, duchy. No plazas needed. I don't know that it was correct to just play with 7 coppers, but it seemed like it would be slow to ramp payload, like with other stuff, thinning them out. I mean, there was Soothsayer, but I don't know. Soothsayer's terminal, and it draws the opponent a card. So I was kind of thinking about, maybe we take Soothsayer off of the province gain, but then duplicate seemed better by the time I wanted to do that. Yeah, I mean, obviously, to some extent, if you're just using copper to buy, to like overpay for farrier, you're just kind of treading water. Except that once we got the teacher token down on a farrier, then we're doing a little bit better than treading water. And then obviously on the last turn of the game, you can spend that money on green cards. So I think it's probably the correct play, but I could definitely see arguments to the contrary. I think like the warehouse also helps a bit with that, just in the sense that you can sift towards the better cards. It's like you could say it's a little bit like silos, where you have these coppers in your deck, you use them to overpay for farrier, and then have you kind of sort of have a way of cycling them into other cards. I don't know. It's a bit of a stretch. I guess in an ideal world, you'd like also have settlers, and then maybe you do like settlers and like multiple warehouses, or like plazas and settlers, and you sort of build some draw and or payload out of that. I think I think that with the way things played out, that didn't make too much sense for me to go for. I think there's a world where for whatever reason we end up taking like an early settlers, and then maybe would have gone more in that direction with like discipling them and stuff like that. But I think the plus coin advisor was better than that, and better than that would have been if we'd put plus coin on settlers bustling village anyway. Even though advisor was uncooperative at times, even though the disciple lining up stuff was uncooperative at times, like and in fact, looking at how this played out, like the game like looks fairly close, but we did have that one turn where we just like got to the end of the turn, we had to disciple teacher to get it onto the mat and all that stuff. Like if that turn went more smoothly, I might have been able to win like the previous turn, or at least might have been able to like get a couple more duchies this turn, or I don't know what. It's just something. It definitely was a factor. I mean, I guess that's to be expected with the way this deck is constructed, like not trashing coppers. I mean, I guess I probably would have trashed some copper if the bot hadn't gone for Soothsayer so early, and then I was like, I mean, when I did trash with Infirmary, it was like trashing Estate and then Curse. I don't know. But yeah, in any case, I think I mean, I guess you could argue, if you were trying to pick out the best piles to put the teacher tokens on, you could argue that like Plaza would be a good choice. It doesn't come with the plus buy that Farrier does, and it's not as cheap, and you can't do the overpay. So I think Farrier is just like the best pile, like pretty clearly. Plaza versus Advisor. Advisor obviously can draw cards. Plaza, if we had Plaza and put plus coin on it, our theoretical like financial upside would have been higher. But we would have had less draw, which would kind of offset that. Because like the upside of Plaza would be being able to discard coppers to get coffers, but if that means that we need you need more draw to be able to do that. And we did overdraw with the advisor stuff, like for sure. I was playing advisors that were basically just like peddlers, or not even peddlers, because they couldn't even draw the card. Just like action coin pawns or whatever. But so like in that sense, there was some like spare draw that we could have put towards, I don't know, like Plaza discarding copper. That's not necessarily an argument that you would want coin token on Plaza, though. It might just be an argument that it would be nice to have Plazas in the deck. But then like, if you're looking at adding a Plaza versus adding an advisor, well, I can disciple advisors into my deck. I stopped buying, like I only bought maybe one or two advisors. So, and then like it's hard to justify Plaza over a 2-coin Farrier overpay. So yeah, it's just one of those boards where like there's stuff you can do that like looks good, but then it's just hard to fit it in. And the whole like Plaza Settlers warehouse like copper interaction, I think, falls into that category. Anyway, also the bot did not ever get a peasant, I'm pretty sure. And say what you will about how I played this and how good it was and how much better it might have been if I'd done other things. There is no way that it's correct to skip peasant. I don't believe it. The bot did have some pretty crazy farrier overpays, I will say. It was pretty eye-opening. But like you could do that and still be playing with peasant, like for sure. Like I don't think there's any way. I mean, I do wonder whether the bot would have been better served. Like it double province that one turn and didn't do the farrier overpay, and then it kind of its deck fell apart. Like had it done the overpay, like would it have been able to close out? I don't know. I still think probably not. Like I think given its deck construction and given that I was attacking with soldiers, it would have eventually run out of gas, run out of the ability to like get a province while also like doing a big overpay, especially because the fawning cards were like probably actively bad for the bot. It's like it didn't want more soothsayers, duplicates a stop card. Obviously the provinces are stop cards. Yeah, I don't know. Also, apparently the bot bought a couple golds because it has 8 golds, but it only gave out 6 curses. Confusing. Anyway, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.